This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more patrons at patreon.com/Alex Haitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Glazel, Big Chicken Time, Stefan Newtown, Andrew Graff, at HawkOVideo69 on Twitter, B. Japper, Chris Kilborn, Jason Bates, Mark Ventura, Matthew McLaughlin, Richard, Will E., Robert Mackey, Robert McKay, and Sam Gavshak for sponsoring this video, supporting me, my family, the channel. I appreciate it immensely, and I hope you all enjoy this video. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have arrived at the last of Talk for this channel, and then we'll be going on to the self-titled Mark Hollis. But I'm very, very curious to hear what this album sounds like, to see the meeting point between It's My Life and Spirit of Eden. It's just, Talk is so good. We've had a great time on this channel reacting to Talk, albeit in a very weird trajectory and order. But yes, this should be a lot of fun today. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my Patreon, patreon.com/AlexHeitz. For $5 a month, you can get access to unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward. That's April of 2021 that I began doing these unedited reactions. And overall, I believe that is, how many does it say on here? I don't know. Hold on. I don't think it does, but it's in the ballpark of 70 to 80. Unedited album reactions. So $5 a month gets you access to that back catalog. Also, you can hop in at the $1 per month level, get access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Breaks up the monotony of going through these artist discography binges, and we just get to interject random miscellaneous albums into the mix. So if you want to be able to support the channel and participate in such activities and content, head on over to the Patreon. Also got to shout out NordVPN, link in the description for that. Encrypt your data, access content from other countries, fantastic speeds and prices. Go check it out. The Color of Spring. So like I said in the end of the last video, Talk was on a pretty good rate of like 2 years per album. Except for Spirit of Eden to Laughingstock, that took 3 years, but they were fairly prolific, all things considered, as far as like what went into their music. They were no Smiths or Beatles, but they were able to pump out quite a lot of material in a relatively short amount of time. And the difference between The Party's Over and Laughingstock is very stark and obvious. So, Color of Spring, we have a total of 8 tracks, 45 minutes long. And yeah, I've heard it's getting late in the evening. Is that the name of the album, of the song, the B-side to Life's What You Make It? We did a, I don't know, it should be an individual video. Check in the comments down below to see if I pinned that. But I think that I did an individual video of listening to It's Getting Late in the Evening. It's Getting Late in the Evening, yes, that's correct. Which was a fantastic song, really liked it. And if that is anything like what Color of Spring will sound like, then I am like fully on board. And this has the potential to possibly be one of my favorite Talk albums. But there's only one way to find out, right? Only one way, and that is to listen. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to commence. Haven't heard anything on this album at all, aside from that B-side. So Happiness is Easy. Okay. Okay. I'm vibing. Interesting because it didn't have as many like, you think of like we just finished the Elliott Smith binge. Like you think of Elliott Smith and like his chord progressions and his style of chord progression. Um, like you hear an Elliott Smith song, you're like that sounds like chord progression he would come up with. Talk Talk is very similar with how they compose one chord to the next and like the tonal tension that they try to go for definitely is very unique and recognizable. A little bit of that was here, but it was actually kind of like straightforward. And what made it more, I guess, artistic and different was like just different instruments chiming in with the chords, I suppose you would say. Like just random guitar comes in, a little bit of piano, some horns, some strings, interesting lyrical content as well. I'm so fascinated by Mark Hollis's worldview, and I don't know that much about it, and I don't know if anyone necessarily does. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious about that. Next track is I Don't Believe in You. This was a single, I believe, looks like. Yes. So, let's go. Again, I don't want to say simple, but like it's not like such a shame level of like composition where like it's that very progressive type of pop where it's like shifting a lot. This was more like Renee off of the previous album, very melancholy, um, almost yearning kind of a sound to it. Stepwise motion down with the chords. Decent. I think Happiness is Easy is better, but that was perfectly fine. Life's What You Make It. Very excited to listen to this one. Call Me Crazy. I don't think that was that great. That like it was highly one note. Like I know that the single, there's a single mix that's like 8 minutes long. Maybe that has more interesting stuff in it, but like just a loop of the same piano line. The lyrics were surprisingly like mundane for a Talk Talk song. Everything ended in it. I don't know. It is very like I don't want to say shallow, but surface level, like philosophical for Talk Talk. Um, yeah, it was very monotone plateau. Am I crazy? Am I the only one who feels that way? Because I feel like I'm kind of going nuts right now. Um, I don't know. Maybe the B side is rated so high on Rate Your Music because of the single is rated so high because of the B side. That could be it. Because It's Getting Late in the Evening is way better. Way, way, way better. I don't know. Let's keep going though. April 5th.
Takes its bow before the summer, the seasons bring.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, a whole album of that, please. Great. That's what I was expecting. That was the type of later Talk Talk. It's not even just like the instrumentation. It's the pace. It's the rhythm. It's the minimalism. Right. Like there are moments on Laughing Stock that are so sparse that like just a single note it like catches your attention because like you're off in the heavenly void. Um, and it's just magnificent, beautiful, loved it. Probably my favorite on the album so far. We flipped the vinyl. Living in Another World. Let's see if it maybe gets a little darker here. Typical B-side fashion. Pretty good. Pretty good. Um, that is kind of what Life's What You Make It. Like I wish that was more like, and that's kind of what I was expecting is a mix of tracks like April 5th and Living in Another World, where it's like the more straightforward, new wavy kind of, large and in charge kind of songs, and then the more sparse stuff that would, be like a complete shift to Spirit of Eden later. But no, that was pretty nice. I liked the presence of the harmonica. That was cool. Well done, Mark Feltham, whoever that is. Anyway, so you may have just seen an increase in quality. I realized I was recording at a low bitrate on my camera, so I apologize if the previous parts of the video looked like crap. They should look better now, I hope. I only realized, towards the end of the video, of course, but as you do. Okay, so next track, Give It Up. This is another single. It came out in 86. A little bit. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, so Give It Up.
From the place that I stand, gotta get a second chance. Give it up, your reasoning out. Misery, gotta give it up, give it up. Tell me, give it up, gotta give it.
Not bad. I don't know, a little bit of that like last part of the album B-side kind of slump sort of feel, but it might grow on me with future listens. A little bit more straightforward than I'm used to with Talk Talk, kind of like with Life's What You Make It, but it was better than that, I think. We have 2 tracks left, actually. We're almost done. Chameleon Day.
Yes, am I calling? Breathe on me, eclipse my mind. I'm a cradle fire. Chameleon day.
Could you imagine being a Talk Talk fan in like 84, 85, 86, and you get this album? You're like, oh, I loved It's My Life and Talk Talk and Such a Shame. I'm so excited to hear their new stuff. Like, oh yeah, Life's What You Make It. Cool. Living in Another World. Cool. Chameleon Day. Ew. I hope they don't do 2 albums of this and then call it quits. That was nice. Very simple little breakaway, but like I love what they, especially Mark, are able to do with like very quiet dynamics, sparseness. You just cling on to any note that you can hear, and it just makes it like way more meaningful and compelling. I feel very contemplative. Cool. All right, last track, Time. It's Time. We have 8 minutes on this thing. Let's finish this out. Damn. Magnificent. Loved, 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 loved that one. That was incredible. Fantastic. Possibly like a top 5 favorite Talk Talk song for me. Yeah, just I like the book ending of starting the album with a children's choir. Then you have apparently the Ambrosian singers from England on this last one here. Fantastic instrumentation and composition. That tense, like half step piano played during maybe the bridges or the chorus. I can't quite remember. Climactic, cathartic, optimistic outro. Fantastic. Really good. Really good. Like it a lot. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway, Color of Spring is phenomenal. This is a fantastic album. I might warm up to like Life's What You Make It, but like my least favorites, I would say, are probably Life's What You Make It and a little bit Give It Up. But I think Happiness Is Easy is great. I Don't Believe in You is fine. April 5th is majestic. Living in Another World, really interesting track. Chameleon Day, interesting. And Time It's Time, I think, is borderline masterpiece, honestly. Yeah, and then like you could have easily subbed out, your least favorite track on this album for It's Getting Late in the Evening. I can never tell if I'm getting the the title of that right. Is it? It's Getting Late in the Evening. Yes, I have to double check every time. Which, like I said, phenomenal track. Check out my reaction on it. Yeah, solid work. Really great. I'll be coming back to these tracks often. And what an interesting bridge for Spirit of Eden, because even still, like there wasn't much of like this future, very minimal post rock, first wave post rock sound present on Color of Spring. Like Chameleon Day, very sparse, very minimal, like I said. But everything else here is still very pop oriented, even if it's like trying to be a bit more experimental. It's definitely still a pop album, whereas Spirit of Eden is not so much a pop album. Poppier than Laughingstock, yes, but it's still quite a departure. But cool. Really, really nice to have Talk Talk done, book closed on that. Great band. Stellar. Composition, production, songwriting, all of it. They were magnificent in the new wave scene and set the ball rolling with an interesting set of post-rock records in that genre. So really cool. Yeah, very excited to finish it out with Mark Hollis's self-titled. That'll be a little bit more in my preferred Talk Talk wheelhouse, as probably as most people's. I'm just curious to see how he handles his very sparse, jazzy, ambient stuff going into the self-titled, then Pull album, and the Chameleons next. So stay tuned for all of that fantastic stuff on the horizon. All right, that's it, everybody. That's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about the quality problem. I had just recorded something on a lower quality a couple nights ago and forgot to change it back. And that happens sometimes, but it's all right. Yet again, things to plug, patreon.com/AlexHeitz. Like I said, $5 a month, access to unedited reactions, of which this will be one. Are all of my... No. Spirit of Eden is not. So the Laughingstock and Spirit of Eden are not unedited, because that was too long ago. But first 3 albums are, and the Mark Hollis one will be as well. Also, $1 a month. Poll albums, which after the self-title we will be doing a poll album, so if you want to hop in, now's the time. And then of course the Discord, link in the description for that. I got about 170 180 members over there. Just people hang out, talk about music and top charts and stuff like that, and then I'll post the YouTube links for these reactions unlisted before they go live, if I'm able to upload them in time without copyright problems. And then we'll also announce like when I'm doing live streams and all that. So check out the description in the Discord. The Discord in the description. That's all I got, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Very pleasant listen today. Glad I got this one under my belt. We'll be listening to it a lot, I'm sure. Yeah, just excited where we are in terms of the artists that we're going through. I'm having a great time. Nothing has really been challenging me yet. But that could change in the near future. You never know. I always like to listen to music that like I know I will enjoy and end up enjoying quite a lot and is closer to the genres that I like. So I'm happy about it. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you're all doing well going into the end of the year, 2023, when I'm recording this. Yeah, until next time, fare thee well. Godspeed.